Hi, and welcome to the fundamental theorem of calculus. As today, I'm going to be talking about the fundamental theorem of calculus. So, what is the fundamental theorem of calculus? It states that if f is a continuous on the closed interval from a to b, and big F is the indefinite integral of f on the interval a to b, then as f of x goes from a to b, it's going to equal f big of f parentheses b minus big of f parentheses a. So what does that look like? Let's try an example, because I know I'm a visual learner and that if I write it out, I can understand it even better. So let's go with the equation x squared plus 2x minus 5 dx, and it's going from the integral from 1 to 8. So we already have our antiderivative, but we want to find what our original equation was. So what do? We go back and we do the reverse of a derivative. Instead of minus 1, we will do plus 1 and then divide it by whatever the fraction would be. So let's say x squared. X squared would easily turn into x cubed over 3, because as 2 plus 1, that equals 3, and then you put that 3 over x. What about 2x though? 2x has a 1 right there, so you add a 1, which gives you 2. You put it over 2, so your antiderivative for 2x would be plus x squared, and then you have a 5. Since 5 is a variable, you know that the antiderivative would be 5x, but minus 5x, because once you find a derivative of any x, you automatically know it's going to be either 1 or whatever the number in front of it. So this equation is going from 1 to 8. So we put brackets over it. Don't forget the dx. It's very important, because an AP calculus says if you don't have that dx, they will deduct points from it. So what do we do now? Next is you put in your 8 into the x and your 1 into the x. But how do you do that? Well, it's simple. First, you go 8 cubed over 3 plus 8 squared minus 5 times 8, because that's the first one. Then you repeat the strategy by doing minus, because anything you do, you have to minus it from this 1, since it's going from 1 to 8. So what would this look like? It will be basically 1 cubed over 3 plus 1 squared, 5 times 1, and that's how you plug in your variables. After that, you go to solving it. So what's 8? So 8 cubed would be 8 times 8, 64. 64 times 8 would be what? Let's see. 8 times 4, 32. Carry your 3. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 112. So it will be 112 over 3. Then you also have this 8 squared. So that will be 64. And then minus 5 times 8, that's 40. So this is what you get after you plug it in. So what's 112 divided by 3? Let's figure it out. So 3, 112. How many times can 3 go into 11? Let's say only, I'm guessing 3, because 3 times 4 is 12. So 3 times 3, 9. 11 times minus 9 is 2. And then you bring down your 2, 22. So what's 3? How many times can 3 go into 22? Let's see. I'm gonna guess around 7, because 7 times 3 is 21. So 7, 21. 2 minus 2, 0. 2 minus 1, 1. Since you still have that 1 remaining left over, you put a 0 here and dot decimal as well as on the top. So how many times can 3 go into 9? Into 10? 9. And if you keep repeating the steps, you will get 9 each time. So 37.9. So 37.9 plus 64 minus 40. So what does that accumulate to? So 64 plus 37 would be around, I would say 100. No, would it? Let's find out. It would be 111.9, but then we have that minus 40, so we can't forget that minus 40. So you would subtract the 40 from 111.9, which would leave you with, let's find out. So 9, that's 11. Well, no, you just bring down that 1, that's still 1. That's 11. 11 minus 4 would be 7. So 71.1 would be our area for as it goes to 8. But what about for 1? So let's find out. So 1/3 is basically 1/3 plus 1 minus 5. To make this simple, we could turn this 1 into a fraction, but I like decimals, so we're gonna keep them as a decimal. Then we know that 1/3 is basically 0.333 plus 1 minus 5. So 0.333 plus 1 is 1.333 minus 5. It would be negative 4.333. So this is our answer for the 1. Now we know that this is a negative, and we're subtracting, so that would be plus 4.333. So our final answer would be 71.9 plus 4.333. Let's figure this out. 3, 9 plus 3 would be 12. Carry your 1. 1 plus 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 76.233. So our final answer would be 76.233. So this may seem easy, but it's also hard because look, you have so many things that include doing it. It's so much math, but if you have a calculator, it can be simple. Let's move to example 2. Example 2 is pretty harder, so because this is what I'm going to do. Let's say we had something as in from 2 to 5, but let's say it was 2x squared plus 4x minus 9. So what would that look like? All right, you do this, you repeat everything the same way you did. So from 2 to 5, 2x squared will be plus 1, which equals 3. So 2x cubed over 3 plus 1 plus 1 equals 2 divided by 2. So that will be 2x squared minus 9x. Don't forget the dx. So you plug them in again. We'll go show arrows, that way you can see it better. So 2 5 cubed over 3 plus 2 5 squared minus 9 5. Sorry about the word. And we also know, so let's bring it down here, and we're gonna get minus 2 cubed over 3 plus 2 squared minus 9 times 2. So let's figure this out. 5 times 5 is 25. What's 25 times another 5? Well, that'd be 125. 125 times 2 would be what? Let's see. 125, 5 times 2, 10. 2 times 2, 4, 1. So 250 over 3 though. But let's keep it that simple. So 5 times 5 is 25. And then what's 25 times 2? 50. Yay! And then 9 times 5, that's 45. So let's now simplify this so we can already have our answer for the 5. So 250 divided by 3. Let's see. We know 3 can go into 25 8 times. So that will be 8, because that would leave us with 24. And 24 minus 25 would be 10. And there you have the repeated step again. You put a 3, then another 3, because it's a continuous cycle. So plus 50 minus 45. That 50 and 45 would basically make a plus 5, 83, 3. So the answer for 5 would be 88.3. But we're not finished yet, because we still got this 2. So 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 16 divided by 3 would be, let's find out. So 16 times 3. How many times can 3 go into 16? We know 7 times 3 is 21, so that's too big. We know 6 times 3 is 18, and that's too big. So we know it has to be 5, because it's the only one closed it. So it's going to be 5.33, because it continues, and then plus 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. So plus 8. And then 9 times 2 is 18. So let's see. 5.33 plus 8, that would give us 13.33 minus 18. That would leave us with a negative 5.33. So that's the first one. But remember, it's a minus. So this would turn positive. So 88.3 5.3 plus 5.3, which gives us, so 3, 6, and then 8 plus 5 is 12. Bring your 1 up, and that's 92.63. So this may seem be simple, but with a lot of practice, this may be hard, but with a lot of practice, you can get a lot in life. So that's how you do the fundamental theorem of calculus. You're welcome to ask questions on this blog, or you can put your posts down on the YouTube page that will be subscribed, that will be undergone. Thank you.